Annihilators. That was Onwards to Tidit, one of the first songs that I ever promoted by Rogan Ravenheart, and one of my personal favorites. I love the hardcore 80s metal sound of this, and it really gets your blood pumping for oil spilling. I don't think I exaggerate even slightly when I say that Rogan's work in regards to soundsmithry has been a miracle for morale on the front lines. My only regret is that the volume on my headphones only goes to 100. What? A little bit of tinnitus never hurt anybody. I know I missed my evening broadcast last night, but there were times where even my light dims ever so slightly. I was just plumb tuckered and engaged in a prolonged sleep cycle. Worry not, for I am caffeinated, motivated, and dedicated now. So let's dive right into business news. The Bank of Prosperity continues to make big moves in the Liberation fleet, and I've recently been given information on the leading board members' identities. Moxie of the East Meridian Transit Company, the CEO of the Gunvald Corporation, Colonel Nicholas Disrow of the Venture Company, Lord Crunchy of the Democratic Arms Industries, and a neutral party for the purpose of tie-breaking, going by the name of Cal Lyra. Those are some big names and bigger checkbooks, and normally I would warn about the dangers of corporatism and monopolies and how they made for some really dark, difficult times during Old Earth, under the ways of unmanaged democracy. But the Illuminate come by to cheese grater their holdings so often that they're more like extremely well-paid, well-armed defensive bulwarks against the darkness than some evil Machiavellian board of overlords deciding that water is not a human right, so they can bill people extra for it. Yes, they really did that. Now look, I could go on and on about the stupidity of not Super Earth and the detrimental histories that we came from before adapting to a new and better way, but I have only got so much airtime and breath in my lungs, and this sort of thing is just upsetting. Let me just say that during one of their more politically charged administrations, not Super Earth would deny me access to military service because of the lifestyle that I practice. Yes, they would reject the radio angel, and as you can see from these statistics here, I am pretty fluffing lethal and good at my job. But no, they would order me to stay home and twiddle my mighty thumbs. And I am certain that many in my audience would take a look at these two facts and ask, when did all the smart people on Not Super Earth die? Hey, I guess they got tired of winning wars. Ah well. If you would like me to try to tackle the histories of Not Super Earth and news broadcast in the form of IRL politics, leave a comment below, but truth be told, I would rather not. That whole time period before the advent of managed democracy was our planet's awkward goth trenchcoat phase, and it just depresses me. Gosh, I am really glad we got past all of that. Getting right back on track, the Bank of Prosperity has recognized the value of the venture company at a little over 40 million super credits and invested the same amount in said company. Considering their CEO is on the board of directors, this looks like another quiet transfer of resources rather than straight up embezzlement, but rules of finance have always been played fast and loose out here on the fringes. But really, these guys could be playing tiddlywinks in their boardroom, and if that kind of thing ended up killing a squid, I would be totally on board for it. Finally, the Overseer PMC is filing to join the Bank of Prosperity as the Cave Filling Corporation, a mining company with connections to the Chaos Divers. I wonder if they need a newscaster. You know where to find me, Bank of Prosperity. And remember, I like my paycheck in those large cloth sacks with the green dollar sign on the side. Now, let's get into news from the galactic sphere. Military analysts have been studying the space-time fluctuations, and during last night's massive Illuminate invasion of 4 different planets, that being Skash, Oasis, Miriam, and Alayurt, massive spikes in ST distortions were detected. Sadly, not a single one of those defenses were won, as most manpower of the Liberation Fleet is tied up on the Western Front. The Illuminate are making good progress in their goal, and it's just a matter of time before we're all thinking with portals. Right now, focus is squarely upon reducing the numbers of their allies. Speaking on their allies, there is fierce fighting on the Western Front with forces torn between Vernen and Lesath, with Decay making the jump to Lesath and unleashing her full democratic might with heavy ordnance distribution. At this rate, Lesath looks to topple in a matter of hours, and then it's right onto Chort Bay for the win. However, there is a gap in intelligence here. While the Jet Brigade factories are present, it appears that the sinister DVD players are not. The Ministry of Truth theorizes that it's possible that the automatons have not rebuilt the brigade's force in any significant way, and to that I say, that's just stupid. It is much more likely that the Jet Brigade has rebuilt itself to 100% operational capacity and has simply moved and is preparing for battle elsewhere, reinforcing the theory that the Illuminate are going to open a portal for them to attack Super Earth directly. Sweet liberty. If they worked out the kinks in the automaton fist units and dropped those on Super Earth, the damage would be catastrophic. We need to find the Jet Brigade, Helldivers. Tear the Collective's domain apart until you do. Let nothing stay your hand or steal your wrath. Now, with that sobering bulletin out of the way, I have a little capitalism to engage in myself here. Yes, indeed! This broadcast has a sponsor, Raid Shadowledge. I am joking, I'm joking. Do not click out. Sit your butt back down. No, I was tasked with making a short advertisement about a new product called Nuckums. Obviously, stims do nothing to my fist units, as they have an entirely different set of biological rules. So, Mercy and I had to think a little more creative here. We've had reconstructive nanites for some time. I was recently treated with some myself, and we use a cocktail of those with a fish unit's STC blueprints programmed in, but Nuckums, made by Genodyne, take that concept to a whole new level. Instead of simply making you not feel the pain of broken bones, laser burns, and soft tissue damage from bomb blasts, Nuckums actually repair you on the spot, putting your caped butt back together on the cellular level. I recall those nice boys over at the Extraterrestrial Combat Division of Not Super Earth making use of a similar compound back when the planet was actually under evil alien overworld occupation. Yes, that actually happened. I told you, we have come from a dark and painful history. But hey, at least Advent solved the problem of, one of their countries accidentally electing a dictator. No, not that one. The other one. No, not that one either. I really feel like I should be more specific with this historical metaphor. Oh, well, whatever. Anyway, let me just look at my script here. Where was I? I got off topic. Here we go. The process is the same as injecting a stem. Just jam it into your neck and let your microscopic besties do all the heavy lifting. No chemical overload, no system burnout, hypoallergenic, gluten-free, and once you're healed up good and proper, Nuckums degrade back into a compound that triggers an instant adrenaline rush. Probably better than what experimental infusion stems can do. Nuckums will soon be ready for fleet-wide distribution, and already there's a waiting list as long as the list of the Ministry of Truth's human rights abuses. So contact Genodyne and get in line for your Nuckums today. In fact, I've got one of these right here, and gave myself a little shot of liberty just the other night after I pulled a muscle during my morning workout. I tell you, these things are magical. Though this little note here on the side does get my attention. Do not attempt to modify Nuckums' internal blueprint. It is pre-configured to your body, and modification is against paradigm's terms of service. Well, that fills my brain with ideas. I'm, gonna have to go make some calls and suggest some of those. That's been Liberty's Latest with me, Pandera, the Radio Angel. Hit the mechanical devils hard today and make them pay, Helldivers. We've got a promise to keep to the fallen. I'll be along shortly once I finish my own business dealings. I absolutely adore Deci's artillery, and you couldn't drag me away from this. Who doesn't love just splattering bot bases with the monster buster cannons? For liberty, for freedom, for democracy, and for Super Earth.